everybody, and welcome to my Hearts of Iron 3 review, their finest hour. I really struggled with how I was going to review this game because it's massive. The game is tremendous. There's so many levels to it. It's very complicated. But after thinking about it, I think really what you guys need to know is the meat and potatoes of the game and what makes it so good. So without going into every level in great detail, I want to just kind of touch on everything just slightly and just kind of keep it to the basics of what it is that you might find as a player to be entertaining. I'm going to tell you right now, the tutorial in the game sucks. I just showed that, and the multiplayer in the game sucks as well. None of those things work worth a shit. Paradox Interactive did a terrible job with that. But that said, if you can get past all that rubbish, and really take the time to go on the internet and look at YouTube videos and so on, and more or less learn the game, it's a really rewarding experience. That's the end of the review. I'm finished. No, I'm not. Let's talk about some of the mechanics of the game, and we'll get into why this game would be good for you, or certainly why I liked it, and then from there, you can decide what you want to do. First of all, let's cover what Hearts of Iron is. Hearts of Iron 3 is a World War II simulator, more or less. Not in the lines of your typical real-time strategy games or most of your World War II games out there like your Call of Duties. It's nothing like that. This is a strategy game. The idea here is that you can pick a country from the era of 1936, and you can play right up to 1948. And you can literally pick any country you want during that era and role play, so to speak, what you want them to do during that time based on real-world events. The game is very... it bottlenecks you, I guess, to sort of resemble historical relevance and truth. But that said, you can certainly change the course of history, and you are not stuck in one particular set of rules. Each nation is historically accurate at the time. As you can see, each one of the leaders is accurately represented, and you play as more or less the overall god of the country, so to speak, yet still are able to manipulate different parts of the cabinet and politics and so on. And so it makes it really interesting. Each country has its own pros, cons, and so on with as far as their politics. But let's face it, it's World War II, and what's more fun when thinking about World War II than how the hell you're going to crush the Nazis or be the Nazis and absolutely stomp and crush everyone else. So let's kind of look at it, and we'll talk about it quickly. So the game offers a tremendous amount of detail in the map, even though it doesn't look like much right now. But yeah, there's quite a bit of detail. You have a number of provinces or areas, territories, states, whatever, depending on the country, for each one of the countries represented. And it goes right down to the nitty-gritty, to the terrain, woods, hills, mountains, rivers, and so on, cities. I mean, we're looking at Canada right now, and it's got Montreal, and really, that's not too far off. And it's like that throughout the map. It's very, very detailed. So it really helps you with when you're thinking about what kind of an offense you want to do, if you want to do an offense at all. And that's what Hearts of Iron is primarily about. It's about planning. Think about what you want to do, and then put the plans in motion. So let's have a little look at some of the planning you can do. This is the only World War II strategy game that I've come across where I've actually seen it that you're able to draw on the map. And that's really, really helpful. Granted, you can't assign units to what you're drawing. I guess Hearts of Iron 4 is going to have that feature, so they say. But it's really great that they've added this into their finest hour, it lets you kind of visualize what it is that you want to do, and that's what makes it so fun. And you can make your plans as detailed as you want. It's up to you to be able to fulfill them, the way you're kind of envisioning it. But it offers this breadth of strategy and thinking and planning, technologies and so on, and how you want to progress the war, is all up to you. But putting the plan in place at the beginning and then making it come to life through how you're playing the game is really, really rewarding. And there's no way for me to describe how rewarding that is, but it is. It's awesome. And this was my plan on the Soviet Union. They did it, and hey, what else do you want? But yeah, the just the planning itself is really fun. So when it comes to the detail of the planning, yes, you can draw all the pretty arrows and all that stuff, but it's how the game delivers the information to you through a number of layers. And right now I'm just showing off, this is an air map. This shows the range of my bombers, Luftwaffe, and so on. But you can break the map down to your allies, to your naval, to air, supply map mode, infrastructure, roads, resources, everything. And it really helps you tailor your plan based on your needs as a country or what you think you're going to need. So yeah, it's quite complicated in the grand scheme, but it's not that bad once you kind of get used to it and get used to everything that it offers. It's more or less, once you get your head around it, you're good to go, because there's so much information at first. But the fact that they offer it and that it's there's nothing else out there like that has this much detail and emphasis on everything. So it's really fantastic. So diplomatic relationships in the game are really important, and the game offers a fairly robust diplomacy system where you are able to both trade with different companies and also try to get them to ally to you or be sympathetic to your cause. You can share technology with them. You can borrow resources, and if you guys really become in cahoots, and in this case, you can see at the very top right all the countries that belong to the number of the Axis and allies and Comintern or communist whatever, Russia. You can have a tremendous amount of countries at your disposal and have them actually working for you. So the AI will take over for that. And you can also assign the AI orders. Building the army is one of the most fun parts of the game. And you can see here, this is a list of all the different units that you're able to have. And the units are actually historically accurate, and they are specific to each country. So, the Americans, the Soviets, the British, everybody's got different tech, different kind of units. They more or less have the same sort of stats, so that they complement each other on the battlefield. But you can see that you can mix and match, making your brigades the way you want them to make. So if you want to make a group of nothing but SS soldiers, you can do that. If you want to make it so that you've got, tanks, SS, armored cars, artillery, you name it, and they all complement one another. There's a number of stats, and I won't get into that. There's a lot of Let's Plays out there that explain a lot of this stuff. But again, this goes back to your planning. So when you're developing your brigades, you need to think about what the enemy has and how you're going to absolutely slaughter them. And this is really great for adding that level of detail in the planning and being able to decide how you want it to go. If you want to go into the war with nothing but shitty Panzer Is, you can do that. If you want to run in there with nothing but infantry, you can do that. Same thing goes with your Air Force, and as well as your flotilla or your Navy. You can make nothing but subs if you want as Germany and just go around plundering the seas, so to speak. Of course, you're going to get your ass kicked on land, but you're given that option. So it's really fun to be able to have that that opportunity, or that flow, so to speak. Technology in the game is also very detailed. Yeah, and I keep saying detail, whatever, but it's massive. If you look at this right here, you've got your infantry, armor, Air Force, blah 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 blah. It's right in front of you, and all of these things are intertwined with one another. There isn't anything out there like this. I mean, this you can, like, just getting your head around the technology tree can be a little bit complicated. But I'm telling you, once you get through it and once you get over it and what each one of them does, it makes all the difference on the battlefield. And we're going to look at the battlefield really quickly here, and then we'll just summarize the whole game here. So a lot of people bitched and moaned about how the battles in Hearts of Iron 3 worked, and they whined because they said it was a lot of micromanagement. Yeah, there is a ton of micromanagement in this game. I'm not gonna sugarcoat or anything like that. And at times, it can be a pain in the ass, and it's like, wow, you got to spend so much time fucking around with the war and blah 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 blah. But you know what? Nobody says you have to sit there and play a game of Hearts of Iron in one sitting. You play a war out over the course of how long it takes you. If it takes you 6 months to play a game of Hearts of Iron, it takes you 6 months to play a game of Hearts of Iron. And that's probably the best part of it. If you really think it through and you have small victories here and there and work it out, you can play this game for hours. Time flies when you're playing this. And the micromanagement, I think, is probably a good part of that. And that's okay. So battles themselves are really nothing spectacular. It's just basically a number. It's like a dice roll, almost like something like Risk, but this actually matters because it goes back to all those stats that I showed you earlier. It's not a random thing. Nothing's generated randomly. It's all based on the numbers and how you designed your brigades and units and hierarchy. And I didn't mention, but you can see in the top left corner there, the little pictures there, the generals, and you can assign your generals, and each of your generals have different traits, abilities, stats, skills, whatever, and that all flows on the field of battle, and that all goes, you can set them up into a hierarchy right up to your top chain of command and so on, and that all those stats matter on the field of battle. So yeah, when you're fighting on Hearts of Iron, it's slow and you just see the numbers go by and so on. But again, I gotta say, it's really satisfying when a plan comes together, so to speak. So if you're looking at this game and you're thinking, well, what the hell was he really talking about? Or what's the final deal? What can you possibly say about Hearts of Iron 3? Is it a buy or is it not a buy? Well, I'll put it to you like this. It's like $12 on Steam, and I've got about 150 hours into this game, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I got 150 hours in this game. I only spent about $15 on this, and now it's like I said, it's like 10 or 12 bucks, whatever, something like that. So is the game worth it? It's 100% worth it. And what kind of a review score would I give this out of 10? I would give Hearts of Iron 3 a 9. I would definitely give it a 9. You don't need multiplayer. You don't need gore. You don't need massive graphics. You don't need all this bullshit that's coming out right now, this day and age. You need a game that you enjoy. And so when I look at the value of this game, and value being the time I've spent playing it versus how much I paid for it, I mean, jeez, what the hell else can you do for basically $1 for 10 hours of fun? What can you do? Not much. There's not much out there. 10 hours of fun for $1? I don't know. And I've only scratched the surface of it. There's people out there that have played the shit out of this game. So, yeah, 100%, 9 out of 10. If you are even remotely interested in history games, strategy games, good strategy games, and you don't want to get frustrated with, I guess it would call like Twitch gaming, like something like a StarCraft, or even a Company of Heroes, anything like that. You want a game you can really sit down, think about, sink your time into, and get the most out of. Hearts of Iron 3 is the best World War II strategy game going right now that I've experienced anyway, until, of course, Hearts of Iron 4 comes out. So definitely a must-buy. And again, you don't have to play the whole game out in an hour. You play this game out over a matter of however long you want and just have fun with it, and because it is damn fun. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the review.